Hi guys, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the WEC Replica Championship on Project Cars 2. This is race 2 from Monaco, and we're ready for a start. We've swapped the classes round, so we've got Footman on pole in the LMP 1. We get ready for a start, and off we go. And Azadar, brilliant start from the second row. On the outside of Footman, challenging him for the lead into the first corner, no way through. As we look at the GTE boys, and they all get nice and cleanly through as well, as we watch the LMP1 guys go up towards the casino. Around the casino we go, a few cars going wide, Growly Bear bounces off the wall. Blaney looks for a way through, and Blaney gets tagged by Azadar. And then now he's turning around, well, the traffic's still coming towards him. That was a silly thing to do. And Bidzster gets collected. So Bidzster gets collected in that. And now we go down the hill as Bidzster and Azadar's had an incident there. Azadar in the mix, and look at the bottom of the screen, everyone piling up, and now everyone's trying to get going. Keith's got going, so Stacker, and now Stevie and TY, and then Stevie turns in on TY, bullies him out of the way, saying come on then, let's go. And now everyone together as one, so we've got Footman and Growly who have got together, got away at the front, and then Keith and everyone else further back, so all happening there. As we go down towards the chicane, Keith has to shortcut the chicane. A few other people that didn't make it, he's trying to get through the order. So Azadar into the wall there, so a few people carrying too much speed. Azadar passes Blaney in, Stacker, sorry, passes Stacker and almost puts him into the wall. So wow, Stacker has to shortcut the chicane. That'll be the track limits. Wow, everything happening at once here. What a first lap. As we look back, and Callum, Blakeney and Neil, and they've all gone quite far back as well, so I wonder if there was another incident there, so they're only just coming through that section. So again, everything happening here. As we look at Footman and Growly, and they're already around at the Lowe's hairpin again, where we saw all the action start off. So we'll get those replays in now of the first lap action. Okay, here's a replay from Azadar then on the first lap, so we're going up to Casino. Growly Bear goes wide there, so Blakeney has to slow up a bit of a mistake, and then Azadar goes way too fast into that corner, hits Blakeney round, and that causes the other stuff behind. And now let's have a look at that from Blakeney's point of view. So we're going round here, we're following Growly Bear round, and then we slow up for Growly Bear, then watch behind, we'll see Azadar, bang, hits us round, and we go spinning round, and then Blakeney stupidly spins round there and into the path of the GTE boys. So a lot of people being stupid there, but then we all get going. Now here's a replay from Stevie's point of view to see what happened down the Lowe's hairpin. So we're going around here following TY, and now you can see just down the hill, you can see on the left hand side they're all piling up. As we go around this corner, we've been made aware on the mics that we're all appear at once. Everyone tries to get going, then the LMP ones get going, and then watch what Stevie does here. Turns straight in across on TY when he knows he's perfectly well there, and then bullies his way into 6th place. And now here's a replay on board with Stacker coming down towards the chicane, so this is where Keith went wide. You see the break here, Keith goes wide and cuts across the track, and then actually gets on the power, and he's actually pulled away, and he's actually gained an advantage there, so he should have actually given that place up to Stacker. So that's what happened. Okay, here's a replay of something else that happened back here. So Callum gets a mistake there, spins round, then Neil hits him, and then poor old Blakeney and Bidzster have nowhere to go, so it's a massive pile up in the middle of the road, so we're all trying to get going here. So Callum gets going first, he's going, then we get Blakeney who gets going, then Neil, and then Bidzster. So that's what happened further back. So as we come back from all that action, we come back to see Azadar in 3rd place, followed by Stacker. So, and then we've got Keith there in 5th. Blakeney's still working his way through the GTE boys. And the leader of the GTE class at the minute is Stevie in the green Ford GT. And there goes the LMP1 boys out of that hairpin. And TY goes into there as well, so just move the camera so you can see. Then we have to put this stuff back on the screen to actually alter the cameras round. So there's Blakeney, he's coming through the field. There's Callum in the Ford GT back there, and then we've got Neil and Bidzster further back after all that other action that happened. They're all, Blakeney's stuck on the hairpin as well. Callum's reversing towards traffic, bang! Oh, now he's into the wall again. Oh no, not a good weekend for Callum this. Everything happening in one go here. Absolutely madness. But here comes Footman, he's already come up Sandevot, so I think the lapping people is going to start quite early as Growly Bear's gone backwards a bit from Footman, so a few mistakes there. But Footman has had really good pace in qualifying in the LMP1, so not surprising to see him out front and Growly Bear chasing. As we look at Azadar, he's in 3rd place on his own. So he's pulled away from the others. Third place on his own now for RZR Blades. Stevie in 4th overall for the leader in the GTE class. So TY following him. So TY have a good showing in the Aston Martin here so far. Obviously a bit of a messy start for everyone in this race, apart from Footman and Growley, but we're all getting ahead with it now. We're all getting on with it as they come up the hill. Then we've got Blakeney. Oh, Stacker's in the wall. Stacker's in the wall at Rascasse. Don't know whether he was helped or not, but we'll get a replay. Okay, here's the replay of what happened to Stacker then on lap 2. So he goes round here, and that's where he lost it first time. And now he's going to reverse. As another car comes towards him, as Keith comes towards him, so that wasn't good driving either. So Keith gets wedged, bless him, and now Stacker's going to have to do it again. So Keith now gets going. Stacker's got to try and get going down here somewhere. We'll just fast forward a little bit just to actually get on with it. So there goes Stacker, he rejoins there. Then he goes into this Rascasse and then gets hit by Blakeney. So first of all it was his fault, the next one it was not his fault. So unlucky for Stacker there. So as we come back from that replay, we'll go back to Stevie in 4th, but then we've got Keith in 6th place. He's working his way back up in the LMP1 car. Then there's Blakeney, he's just past Neil and Bidzster, who are still battling it out back there. So there's a good little battle here between Neil and Bidzster. So Neil in the RZR Corvette from last time, and Bidzster taking over Stacker's Porsche. As Bidzster closes right up through the casino. So Bidzster's got some good pace here, he just can't exploit it anywhere because he's got a big fat Corvette in his way. So he can't get around it as they go into the hairpin. Just get rid of that stuff so you can see, and then Neil goes out of the hairpin. Stacker back there. So Stacker's actually in 10th place overall, in mixing it with the GTE boys here. So he's not having a good race here. He's Stacker. As Bidzster loses touch with Neil a bit there. As TY goes through the chicane at the swimming pool. And Stevie just going out of the swimming pool down towards Rascasse. So a bit of a gap there. But Neil and Bidzster still very close on track. So still a second in it. There's the gap, you can see it, and there's Stacker in the background coming around the chicane, hopefully in some sort of rhythm. And then we go through the swimming pool section, nice and steady for them both, and into the other part of the swimming pool, and the exit down towards Rascasse. In towards Rascasse. It's the closers slightly, that's where the Porsche should be quite good, and then we got onto the straight, this is where the Corvette will pull away slightly. Onto the straight, yep, he does, pulls away slightly, does the V8 powered Corvette into Sandevot. Both cars, nice exit through there. So there's Footman in. Footman's gone down a second. Growley takes the lead. So something's happened for Footman there, so we'll get a replay on what happened to Footman. Okay, here's the replay of what happened to Footman. So he goes into the swimming pool, and towards the swimming pool exit, hits the little wall there, and then on the inside, and then spins, and now he's stuck against the wall. So now he's got to try and find reverse. There he is, found reverse. There goes Growley, and then just avoids him. Then Footman's now got to get the car turned around. Look, he's got a nice big wide area to do it, and then gets the car turned around and resumes in 2nd place. So as we come back from that one, RZR Blade in 3rd position there, just having a look to see how he's doing. He's doing alright, he's in 3rd place on his own. They're bouncing off a few walls while he's at it, as well as most other people are. So most people are bouncing off the walls in this one, as Stevie and TY still maintain the 1.5 second gap to each other. So the pit window opens on lap 10, just to remind you, the pit window opens on lap 10 and closes on lap 20. As we've got Keith in the background closing up onto TY here, so this is actually a battle for position, but there's not much point fighting the battle as TY makes a little error there. As the Aston Martin handling not very good on this, not very good in general, as Stevie makes a mistake. Stevie makes a mistake, TY closes right up now, so that makes Keith's job even harder because he's got 2 GT boys actually battling out for position, and he's got to try and get past them, but he might actually get lucky here because he might be able to pass them on the straight, but the Audi has not got as much hybrid power as the rest. As Keith goes for the inside on TY, and he might even try and get past Stevie here as well. Yes, he does. Gets past him just before the braking zone, perfectly timed there for Keith, and now he accelerates away up the hill as Stevie and TY still run close together. As we look back at Bidzster and Neil, they're still running close together, they've got Stacker behind. So Stacker's going to try and get past them here. As we go around, Stacker's going to try and go around the outside, and he's not going to work there as the track always we're going to narrow down there, and it hits Neil, and Bidzster's gone through. So Bidzster gets given a gift there by his teammate. I don't think that was in the playbook, But yeah, Bidzster will take that any day as he goes into 8th place, and Stacker just about gets going in 10th. So we'll get another replay of another angle on that. Okay, here's a look at the Stacker incident on board with Bidzster. So you'll see Stacker go through here, and then he's on the outside. He goes for a gap on the outside of Neil, which is nowhere near there. And then takes Neil off, and then Bidzster goes, "Thank you very much, boys. I'm straight through." Okay, here's the replay angle now from Stacker. So we're going past Bidzster. So you see Neil, we can see a little gap there, but then we know that gap wasn't going to be there because the wall is just there on the left and the gap closes down, and that was never going to work. So he should have passed Bidzster, waited behind Neil, and then got him up the hill. And just as we went to that replay, we've got to go back to another one because we've had an incident at turn 1 where Growly Bear, Footman and Callum have an incident at turn 1. So again, another replay is needed. Okay, here's the replay of what happened at the first corner after that incident then. So they both passed Callum, Growly and Footman. Footman goes to the inside of Growly. Oh, there's contact! Hits him, and then goes over the curve and hits him again. Callum then has nowhere to go. Then Growly gets going, and then Footman gets going. So a bit over-aggressive there by Footman. And okay, after that replay, I think we might have more replays than actual on-track action in this one. But hey-ho. So going down into swimming pool then. TY still got a decent... Oh! Goes wide, Blaney goes through. TY making a mistake there, so the Aston Martin not handling very well at all. The Aston Martin handling his absolute pants in this one. As I think Blakeney pooed his pants there because he just did a little pirouette into the wall and then got going again. So Blakeney practicing the Toyota gymnastics. As we look for the actual lead of the race then. Growly versus Footman. Very close indeed between these two. We're only on lap 6 out of 30. You'd think it were a sprint race. But there's that close together. They go through the swimming pool and into the exit of the swimming pool now. The track has opened up over the years. Used to be an Armco barrier all the way around, but then it's opened out a little bit. And then into Laris Cass. That used to be a lot tighter than it were as well, but then in 2003 they altered it. As Footman goes into the wall. Footman goes into the wall, so Footman finding more Armco, and then now he can't even get the thing turned round. So there, now he presses reset, he has had enough, presses reset and gets going. So I am allowing resets on this one because obviously you don't want to be blocking the track for too long. So Stevie goes ahead in 5th place, and obviously with Blakeney goes past his teammate there, so Blakeney passes TY, and now his next target is Stevie. But yeah, we don't want people blocking the track for too long and usually end up losing. You've lost that much time anyway from a spin. It might as well reset on this track. It's quite fair as Blakeney closes up to the back of Stevie then. So he's had it easy with his teammate, and now he's got to get past Stevie. But this is a battle for position, so this isn't just someone lapping someone. But again, the LMP1 shouldn't have a problem when it comes, especially when it comes to the straight. They'll just power past, especially with the Toyota hybrid power. You get a temporary 1,000 horsepower when both battery and internal combustion engine work. And Stevie moves to one side, just lets him through, and didn't have to, but he did. Well, actually no, wasn't supposed to. He was supposed to just stay online, and then Blakeney goes around the outside, but never mind. As we go down the straight, or not just so much of a straight, but up towards Casino. And then round Casino at the top. As we look back at Bidzster's got past Neil now, so Bidzster's past, obviously, well, he's been past Neil a while, and there's Stacker actually passing Neil cleanly this time. He doesn't run him off the track, and then Growly laps Neil, and now Growly might even end up lapping his fellow compatriot in his class, Stacker. So, got to be careful here. There's Stacker, and then you'll see Growly in the background. There he is. So Stacker now closing up to the back of Bidzster, so it's his teammate. So Stacker will probably stay behind him in this section, and then get past him on the straight. Go down towards the hairpin. Let's get rid of the stuff off the screen so you can see. So go around the hairpin, all very even through there, and then they want to get onto the straight. The LMP1s will close right up to Bidzster, and they'll be able to get past. So as we go onto the straight then, Stacker gets, actually don't get too much of a good run there, so he might not be able to pass his teammate here. Whereas Bidzster goes a bit wide for him, just in case he does decide to do it. And then, but he can't get through, so he's going to have to wait until after this corner and squirt past on hybrid power. As we go out this corner, Bidzster will stay to his racing line. Stacker will go straight through, but will Growly be able to get through? I don't think he will be able to, so he'll have to wait there. So Footman might be able to close up a bit here. There's Footman, he's got no traffic ahead of him now. So he's got to, he's only got Neil, but Neil's not too far in front. But yeah, Growly getting held up here a bit here. And then up towards the last corner, Growly can now finally get through past Bidzster as he gets his foot down. Bidzster keeps to the inside, Growly goes to the outside and goes straight through as Footman closes up now. He's closed up about half second. He might be able to get Neil up the hill. As we look further back, TY has passed Stevie. TY has passed Stevie, so we missed how that happened. We'll get a replay on that. So as we come back from that, Stevie is back down to 7th place. TY into the lead of the class then. So TY in the Aston Martin for the first time this season leads the class. So the Aston Martin not particularly the car of choice, but again, TY doing well to handle it around here. And as you come down towards the chicane, braking for the chicane, right down the gearbox, slow the car down. Oh, only just got it slowed down there, TY, and so did Stevie. So both pressing on really hard there as they go towards the swimming pool. And now past the swimming pool. Stevie goes a bit wide there, but again gets away with it. Oh, so tank slapper, but TY loses it as well. TY loses it. He must have looked in his mirror and be thinking, what the hell is Stevie up to? And then lost where he was going, and then continues on his way. So TY with a mistake there. Well, Stevie with one as well, but not as bad as TY. So Stevie resumes the lead in the class. TY down to 2nd in class, 7th overall. So there's Stacker. He's about to get lapped by his fellow compatriot in his class, Growly Bear. But Growly Bear's got to get a bit closer than that if he wants to lap him. So he's got a job on, but Footman's closed up to within 2 seconds of him. So there's Footman. He's just coming across the line. So there's Growly coming up to pass Stacker up the hill. But you think, I hope Stacker's seen the blue flags, because that is actually his fellow class leader, and he's actually holding him up here. So this is not good from Stacker here. He needs to respect these blue flags for his own class. And he's not letting him through, and he's now closed up to behind TY, and Footman's loving this. He'll be rubbing his hands together thinking, go on Stacker, keep him held up, and I'm gonna catch up. And he is now. He's right on the back of Growly. Growly will not be happy about this. He will literally be a Growly Bear. So I would imagine he'll be seeing the red mist in that cockpit now, because Stacker is still not letting him go through. He's been close. Growly Bear's been definitely close enough for him to let him through, and Growly Bear looks to go through, and again he can't get through. Stacker now, he's defending. Well, I think he was more or less looking for a way around TY there, but he ended up defending from Growly. So this has turned into a real mess here for the leaders. So, but we are on lap 10, so I wonder if Growly's going to pit early and get out of this traffic, because it is stupid this. I mean, I know they've got to try and get around the other cars as well, but the thing is, when it's a car in your own class, you'd expect him to respect the blue flags. And TY's just got out of the way there, just thought he might as well just get out of the way, get it over and done with, and then continue on with his race. So Footman strategically goes into the pits. He knows he's going to get held up here, so Footman could get get his pit stop done, and then start and catch Growly up, because Growly still can't catch up and get past Stacker here. So Stacker now pulls away because of that little gap that happened, but again, you'd think that Stacker would have let him through earlier, but never mind. So Footman in the pits, so definitely long enough pit stop for him as Arzadar Blade comes through the chicane. So Arzadar Blade in 3rd. I know it says he's going to be 2nd, but he's not going to be 2nd because Footman's coming out the pit lane now. So Footman coming out the pit lane, gets the limiter off and rejoins the race. Keeps to the other side of that yellow line and rejoins in 2nd place, 26 seconds behind Growly, and now he's going to push. There's Growly, who's got the camera too. So, and then now he still can't get past Growly. So he still can't get past Stacker as they go past Stevie there, and Stevie gets well out of the way. But he doesn't have to, but he ended up doing so, as Stacker still ahead of Growly Bear. Obviously Stacker not wanting to be lapped here one bit, but still. Now he should let him through, because he's really close behind him now. As Growly Bear still behind Stacker. If that were me, I'd be flashing my lights like mad now. And Stacker makes a mistake there, and that's the only reason why Growly got through, because Stacker actually made a mistake. So I don't think Stacker would have actually let him through there. So Growly goes for the pits, and Stacker, I don't know whether he was going for the pits, but he had contact with Stevie there. So yep, Stacker needs to use his mirrors a bit more and respect the blue flags a bit more as well. So Growly in the pits then. So this is going to be close, and TY's in as well. So TY in from the GTE class. There goes Stevie. So Bidzster comes up as well. So Bidzster's been on the move here. He's really got closed in the traffic. Here's Footman. Footman's coming towards the last corner. Growly Bear's still in the pits. Growler's just coming out of the pits now, so Footman's got a few fast laps in, and he's done it. Footman takes the lead of the race, and I think he's got a decent enough margin doing so as well. As Azadar comes through and he takes second place, Growler's gone back down to third. So that all that work behind, all that stuff behind Stacker and also a bit of other traffic as well, means Growler goes back down to third. So it just shows you how the race can change in a matter of laps. But yeah, Footman in the lead, Azadar second, Growler into third then. As we look at Blakeney, he comes into the pits. And Keith goes round because they're having a bit of a battle as well. So Blakeney goes into the pits to make his pit stop. So a lot of people deciding to do it early here. As Stevie goes round as well, Bidzster's still circulating as well. He's pushing hard in that car. He's actually pushing very hard. He's looks like he's probably going to be setting the fastest lap of the race for GTE, but again that'll be quite closely contested between him and Stevie and TY because they all had similar pace in qualifying. As we go through the chicane, Footman closing up to Bidzster here. Bidzster goes over the curb there, Footman catches up. As we look at Azadar, he's coming through the chicane as well. As you look at Bidzster with Footman behind him, so again Footman will just about get through here. Very nicely done, nicely round him, and then Azadar Blade now behind Neil. So Azadar will get back past Neil here onto the straight. Neil will keep to one side, and then Azadar will go to the outside and straight past the Corvette. And through he goes, and now we've got Stacker and Blakeney very close on track. That is a battle for position on track, so Stacker and Blakeney battling for position as you go down to towards the tunnel and onto the straight. Fierce battle this. Blakeney goes for the inside but no way through. Stacker keeps the door closed as we go down towards the chicane now. Onto the brakes. And Blakeney outbrakes himself and hits Stacker up the back end. Oh, he's hit Stacker up the back end. And now they've both got to try and turn round. And I would imagine Blakeney would let Stacker back through there, but he's not. So we'll have to see what happens there. But what I will tell you guys is that they had a discussion over the headsets, and Stacker just said, no, it's okay, never mind, get on with it, you're faster than me anyway. So Blakeney resumes 5th place, and that was all fair, and it was all sorted out on the mic, so don't worry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Usually we let other people back through, but Stacker obviously was going for the pits anyway, so he just said, no point waiting for me, I'm going for the pits anyway. So Stacker goes into the pits to make his pit stop. Bidzster comes round here. Stevie's into the pits for GTE. I saw him go into the pits there, so Stevie into the pits now in GTE. So Bidzster goes round and takes the lead in the class, but he's close right up to Stevie there. So Bidzster putting in some really fast laps here, really on it as he goes into Sandivot. Through Sandivot, slides the car around and off up the hill to start another lap as Neil Farmack comes through now. Where's Stevie? Stevie's just coming down the pit lane now. So Stevie coming down the pit lane. Where's TY? He's coming through the last chicane, so I would imagine Stevie come out ahead because I think TY's made a few errors there. So where's Stevie? Just trying to get a camera back on him. There he is, coming out the pit. So he's well ahead of TY, and Callum just goes through there, but Callum's a lap down anyway, or a couple of laps down, and then goes up the hill and away. So Callum is a lap down, and TY comes through here. So that's a good 6-7, about a 7-second gap between him and Stevie now. So a few mistakes from TY cost him a position, or cost him a fight for a position. And they go up the hill. So to run you through the order so far, obviously we are mid pit stops, so we've got Footman in the lead in LMP1, who's coming up to lap one of his fellow compatriots again, Blakeney. So this time it's another Toyota, and hopefully be able to get through with ease on the straight. Hopefully Blakeney won't make it too hard for him, and yes, he does. He moves to the side, lets his fellow compatriot go. That's what Stacker should have done to Growley, but he didn't do it. So Footman goes ahead. And then here's Growler, probably still seeing red mist from earlier, and then goes through the chicane. Azadar Blade very close behind him though in 3rd place, so that battle is on for 2nd and 3rd. So Azadar's actually gone back down to 3rd because Growler's got through to 2nd, so that's changed round. As there we've got Keith in 4th place in class. A bit further back, he's about 23 seconds behind Azadar Blade now, as they all pass Callum there. And he's now closed upon TY and Stevie, so Stevie must have made a mistake because TY's right behind Stevie now for the lead of, for one of the top positions of GTE. And is Bidzster in the pits yet? No, he's not. He's still circulating round. As you look at Stevie there, makes a little mistake out of the corner but gets away with it. TY's backed off a bit, he must have made a mistake as well, he's gone round! TY does a full 180, straight round, now he's got to get the car turned round and the camera's gone funny, I can't see him. Neil's in the pits by the way, so Neil's in the pits, so TY, that's reverse TY. And that's first gear, now he's away, and Neil's still in the pits there, so Neil, long pit stop for him, or just normal pit stop for him, he's in the pits, so he's done his pit stop. As TY continues now, he's got a long way back, so that doesn't help TY at all. That's probably going to have ruined his chances for a win in this race because he was close to Stevie. I know Bidzster was catching, but he was close to Stevie. So it's going to be between Stevie and Bidzster when the pit stops are over now. Can Bidzster pull out enough of a gap to be ahead of Stevie after the pit stops have finished? But again, we've got Footman in the lead of LMP1. And that is the actual gap. That is not a pit stop gap because they've all pitted, I think. So I think they have. Obviously I've got a lot to keep up in this because this is all live. This is not pre-recorded. This is all live. As you'll hear me now, I am changing the cameras round. So yeah, when I do these videos, I'm directing and I am commentating at the same time, which is a bit of a handful at times, but we get there. And I like to do them live. It feels a bit more raw and a bit more exciting. So as we go round on lap 16, Azadar Blade catching up to Growly Bear, so Azadar Blade on the move here, catching up to Growly Bear again. As they go out the Lowe's hairpin and then they'll be coming onto the straight where the tunnel is. We'll just watch them go around there as Growly Bear goes through, and then we've got Azadar Blade going through there as well as the camera goes a bit funny there, and then on to the straight. Meanwhile Bidzster's still circulating round, he's not pitted yet, so still leading the GTE class, but he's not actually pitted yet, as I think that Stacker has just gone into the wall there. Yes, he has. That's reverse Stacker, and then that's first gear, and he's on his way. So Stacker having a miserable race here. He's not doing very well. He's just really struggling in that car. And we all have bogey races, and unfortunately, this is one of Stacker's bogey tracks. So unlucky for Stacker as he breaks into the chicane, and he gets that one quite nicely done. So well done there, and out of the corner. Stevie is at Lowe's hairpin then, and is Bidzster going to pit this lap? We are at halfway distance for the GTE boys. Is he going to pit this lap? Time will tell. As we go out of this corner, yes he is, he's in. Bidzster is in the pits, so the GTE lead is about to be put up for grabs. He's got 30 seconds on TY when he crossed the pit lane entrance. That should be enough, but again, you never know. So Stevie's going to have to put his foot down now. He'll not know that Bidzster's in the pits, but he'll have to try and put his foot down somehow. As TY gets passed by his teammate, just to lap him, Neil at the back of the GT, near the back of the GT runners, and then Callum actually at the back of that. So Callum and Stacker having awful races here, but you know, we all have them from time to time. As Bidzster comes down the pit lane, and Stevie's coming down through Laras Cast, so I think Bidzster's going to get out in front here. He is, I think. He's off the pit lane limiter now already, and Stevie's just coming down the pit lane, pit straight. So Bidzster's out, and he's already up to Sandoval, and he's already up to speed, and now here comes Stevie towards Sandoval. So that is a 3-second gap. Bidzster has done it. He's been putting that many fast laps in that he's actually got the lead of the class. So Bidzster into the lead of GTE then. Stevie down to 8th position, or down to 2nd in class, should I say. So down to 2nd in class, and it's TY 3rd in class, Neil 4th, and Callum 5th. But obviously the pit lane window is still not shut yet for everyone, so we've still got to go up to lap 20 in start of lap 21 in both classes to get the actual positions after the pit stops have done. Meanwhile, Azadar Blade is actually in front of Growly now, so Azadar Blade takes 2nd place. He's well in front of Growly. Growly's 9 seconds back as we were actually focusing on that other stuff. So 9-second gap between Azadar Blade and Growly now as we go up and start the climb towards Casino. So the next battle on track, the closest one is actually Stevie and Bidzster, but there's 5 seconds between them at the minute, so still a decent gap. But again, here's the LMP1 leader about to lap the GTE leader as they go through the chicane. Footman closes right up behind, but again, he'll not go for a move until he gets to the straight because there's no point risking anything, and Bidzster will just keep to his normal side on the right hand side, and Footman will go to the left and go straight through and laps the GT leader. So Footman into Sandoval and powers up the hill. You can see he's already gone. Flash straight up the hill, no messing about. And there's Footman, he's got Growly Bear 8 seconds behind him, and still not much change in that one yet. As Blakeney comes across the line in 4th place overall, 4th in class. Powers up the hill, and then we've got Keith a bit further back. So again, everyone a bit more spread out in this one, but again, it's how it happens sometimes, can't be helped. As Keith goes into the corner there, and then up the hill we go. So up the hill goes Keith. Round we go, up towards Casino. And down the other side, he's closing up to TY now, but he's going to have to wait until the straight. Oh, almost runs into the back of TY there. TY will have closed his eyes then, and a bit of clenching. But Keith really struggling to get the lock round that hairpin there. As he goes into that next corner, and still struggles to get around that one. He's about to get lapped by Arsdar Blade as well. So Arsdar Blade coming up to lap Callum and the LMP1 car of Keith, as Callum tries to get out of the way, and Arsdar Blade goes right around the outside. Thank you very much, and into the next corner. So Keith now is the next one for Arsdar Blade to lap, as Keith makes a mistake, hits the wall, goes wide there, and now he lets Arsdar Blade go through. But yeah, Keith making a few little mistakes there, but no harm done. As we look at TY, he's coming through the swimming pool now, so he's the next target for Arsdar Blade to lap. TY, a fairly up and down race. He's got some laps where he's got good pace like that, where he slides the car in beautifully, but then some other laps where he does actually make a few mistakes. So not the smoothest of races for TY, but hopefully he'll be able to score some decent points here, as Arsdar Blade tries to go up the inside, but no, he'll have to wait for the hill, and then he'll be able to get him up the hill towards, there we are, up towards Casino. And then we've got Keith in the background, there he is. He's closing up to TY now, as Neil goes through in 10th place, and he's just been lapped by Growly Bear as well. So again, this is how the race goes sometimes, but like I said in the last video, in the last race, Monaco is all about survival. You've got to survive the streets, you know, guiding the car between the Armco barriers. You've got to be precise, 1 inch out and you are into a wall, so you've got to be very precise on this track. It's a real test of driver skill and mental skill as well, mental strength. As we go down through those hairpins, there's Stacker, he's in 6th place. He's actually he's passed all the GT cars now, so he's actually back on his class. So he's got 35 seconds to Bidzster in the GT class, so he's well into the LMP1 range now. As he goes through the tunnel, there's Keith going through the swimming pool section, and TY just behind, so he's just passed TY nice and cleanly. Go towards the Rascasse, and then there's Footman in the lead. So I'm just trying to find out if there's any battles happening on track, guys. There's Arsdar Blade in for his pit stop then. I didn't think Arsdar Blade had pitted, so last lap to pit, and Arsdar Blade pits now. So Growly Bear will go into 2nd place. Arsdar Blade in the pits then. Where's Blakeney? Blakeney's quite far back, so I would imagine Arsdar Blade will resume in 3rd. There's Growly Bear, he takes 2nd place in class, and Arsdar Blade is going to be 3rd. As he comes out the pits now, Blakeney's only just coming towards the tunnel, so yeah, definitely a 3rd place there for Arsdar Blade then. When he comes out the pits, he'll come out the pits, limiter off, and keeps within the yellow line, and Neil comes past there, but Neil's not going to get past because the LMP1 gets his foot down, and the LMP1s can cut that corner there when they come out the pits, and the other cars can as well, and then off up the hill he goes. As we look at Keith, he's still motoring around in 5th place, so very good there for Keith. Blakeney is going nicely round as well. He's going through the swimming pool section. I must say everyone's doing quite well here. I know there's been quite a few bumps and scrapes, but everyone doing well to survive this race. As we look at Stevie, he's going round in 8th place. He's motoring nicely round in the green Ford GT as well. Again, really keeping it close to them barriers over the curb. He's a bit too close to them barriers though that time. Whack! But luckily no damage on. As he goes into Rascasse and out of Rascasse. And to start another lap, TY goes through the swimming pool now. Stacker close behind. Neil down towards the chicane at the end of the tunnel. And slows it down nicely over the curbs. And there's Callum having a dreadful race in this one. He's a whole minute 26 seconds behind Neil Farmack in 10th place. So really bad luck here for Callum. So luckily it's double points. He'll get something for his reward, but everyone else will have had double points as well. So good and bad at the same time. As we look at Keith, he goes through Casino very nicely through there and starts another descent down towards the lowest hairpin. There's Stacker, he's just passed TY nice and safely there. So Stacker passes TY, and he's only 9 seconds behind Keith now, so Keith makes a few more mistakes, he'll have Stacker past him, so or if Stacker keeps his pace up, he'll be closing on him. So good to see Stacker getting some actual pace down here and keeping it clean for a little bit. So I know he's had a bit of a struggle in this race so far, but he's doing well. There's Bidzster, he's leading the GTE class through the swimming pool section down towards Rascasse. So the LMP1 guys, their pit lane window is actually closed. It's been closed for a lap or two now, so I'll run you through that. So Footman in the lead, Growly Bear in second position, Arzadar Blade comes through in third. He's only 8 seconds behind Growly Bear as TY tries to get out of the way, or Arzadar tries to get past, whichever way you want to call it. But then TY moves out of the way, Arzadar goes past. So a bit close there, but luckily all's well that ends well. So Arzadar Blade's only 8 seconds behind Growly Bear now, so that could be a gap that closes down, especially if Growly Bear hits traffic, which is what he's well, he's not got that there, so he's alright. Arzadar Blade comes up to Rascasse, so Blakeney in 4th position in LMP1 then, and Keith in 5th position. So Keith doing well in 5th in that class. As we look at Stacker, he's 6th place in the class, so Stacker 6th. Again, he's only 9 seconds behind Keith, so we could have a few little battles on his hand here towards the end of the race, which would be nice to see. So GTE wise then, Bidzster's just started lap 21, so his pit window is closed, and everyone else that follows him onto lap 21 as well, their pit lane will be closed. So Bidzster's already pitted, we know that. Stevie's already pitted, so has TY, he's on lap 21 as well. Neil has pitted as well, he's on lap 21 now, and Callum, he's actually got one more lap to pit if he hasn't done it already. So everyone more or less done the pit stops then, that's that done. As we look at Stacker, around here somewhere, there he is. There's Keith, a little hop over the chicane there. That could be a tiny little track limits, but he's got to be careful. But again, got quite a decent gap over Stacker. It's still 7.3 seconds, so it's closed in a little bit, but he's not closing in rapidly as he goes through the chicane. And there goes Stacker, he's just coming through the same chicane as well, the swimming pool section, and then to the swimming pool exit. Nice and gently around there, and on towards Rascasse. Whereabouts is Keith? There he is. He's just going to just keep an eye on this gap, ladies and gentlemen. So 8 seconds now, because Stacker's in a little bit of traffic himself. As Keith goes out of that corner and up the hill. Oh, he's hit the wall! Keith's hit the wall, he's gone round! Keith has hit the wall and he's facing the wrong way towards traffic now. He's on to the left hand side. Oh no, don't turn it round now, because this car's coming towards you. Oh, big contact! Arzadar Blade hits him. The other two cars went to the left, Arzadar went to the right. I don't know why he'd do that, but then again, hits him. Keith's now on his roof. And then, Footman hits him, and, well, it's self-righting. So Footman hits him, didn't see him, and now he's self-righting himself. So now, what the hell is Keith going to do here? He's going to try and turn that car round. Now he's going to try and reverse up the hill. Sensible idea, but he's against the wall. He can't do that. He's got to go forward a bit, move out to the left, and then try and reverse up the hill. But again, risky stuff. So Neil's going to come past now. I wonder what Keith's going to do here to actually get himself out of the situation. He's got to try and turn round if possible. And now he's driving down the hill towards traffic, and he's actually, what the hell? He's actually driving towards traffic. What? Such dangerous driving there. I wouldn't have done that. I'd have reversed up the hill myself, because at least you're standing or slightly slower target, not moving towards someone at 100 mile an hour. But Keith gets the car turned around anyway, and now eventually gets on his way. But that's looking at quite a severe penalty for doing that, because that was dangerous. Because he came down the hill and Callum just went through. So we'll get a replay on that. Okay, here's a replay of what happened to Keith then. So he hits the wall there and then spins round. Just hits the wall on the outside, spins round, there goes Growly Bear, and now he decides to turn around as he saw the 3 cars coming towards him, and then Arzadar Blade goes for a gap on the inside that just is not there. He should have followed the other cars through, and then he resets and goes on his way. Now Keith's on his roof. Then we look back here, we can see Footman coming up the hill, doesn't see it, just catches the side of the car, and then hey, presto, we're back on his wheels again. There's TY. Up the hill. Now we've got to try and turn around here, so Keith decides to reverse, but unfortunately he's actually, if you look there, he's rubbing the wall, so he can't actually steer anywhere. So he needs to move forward and then actually go backwards, move out towards the track and then go backwards, but he can't do it. He's still figuring out what to do. And then he decides to move down, and then he decides to floor it on the racing line down towards the next corner. Thank God there was nothing coming the other way, but then look, there's Callum, so we were very close to actually hitting Callum on the way down, so that was a bit silly there by Keith. By all means, drive down the circuit to turn around, but go off the racing line and then move across, or go onto the inside bit there and then turn around there. But a bit dangerous that from Keith. Okay, here's the view from on board with our blade. So we're just going up the inside of Stack, and then we're going up the hill. You see Keith there, so why don't we follow Stevie through that gap? Why do we go to the right hand side and then hit Keith and then cause him to go around the other way? If that was me, I would have just followed Stevie past Keith and then past him. So as we come back from a show of how not to drive, we get Footman in the lead, first position. Coming up to lap Blade, coming up to lap third place in his class as he goes past Stevie, and then Blade is about to get lapped by the race leader and also his fellow class guy as Stevie, bless him, hits the wall there. Stevie gets a bit distracted there and hits the wall as Blade will be caught by Footman soon, and that'll be a lap situation, so Footman will be lapping him as we go through Casino down towards Lowe's. So now Footman's close enough. Asdar, his next opportunity, should slow up and let the Footman go through, because blue flags will be waving now. And just because GTE cars have to stay online doesn't mean that they have to not respect blue flags, because obviously they still do have to respect blue flags, GTE cars, but obviously it's easier for the LMP ones to actually get past them. So there, Asdar Blade nicely moves out of the way, and then through goes Footman. So well done, good driving there by Asdar. Just waited until he got to the straight, nice easy place to let him through, and through goes Footman, who goes on his way. So Footman driving really well here, looks like he might be in for a promotion to the top class the next multi-class season, because he's doing quite well in this one. As he goes through the chicane, very nicely through there. As Growly Bear in second place, actually he's not far off lapping the whole field here, so Growly Bear's only just coming on to the start-finish straight, and there's Growly Bear just coming to the second to last corner, and now the last corner. So really close here for Footman as Stacker comes through in fifth place there, so he's going to lap Stacker again. As a look at Bidzster, he's in the lead in GTE. He's got Keith behind him now. He's actually gone behind Bidzster. He's actually they're actually fighting for position on track. So the LMP1 car of Keith goes behind Bidzster. He's going through the hairpin there. There goes Keith. And Growly Bear following him. As we look back here, and where's Stevie gone? Has Stevie disappeared? Oh, Stevie's disconnected. No, Stevie's gone. Stevie's retired. He's disconnected from the race. How unlucky for Stevie. Oh no, he's done so well in this race, completed at least 3/4 distance as well, but no, he's not going to get no points. That disconnections count as a retirement from the race. It's like if your engine blows up or you just retire from the race. So, oh, Stacker, naughty boy. Track limits there, my friend, but got to be careful with that, as he's got Footman closing up on him to lap him. As he goes into the swimming pool, so you think Stacker would let him go either here or he'll let him go out onto the main straight. Oh, Stacker's lost it. Footman hits him, and now Asdar's in the mix, and they all get going, but that was just Stacker making a mistake, and now he's fighting Footman around that corner, and then Footman puts him in the wall. What is Stacker doing? Makes a mistake, and then fair enough, he made a mistake at first, but then Footman hits him and can't go anywhere. But then you'd think Stacker would actually let Footman go once they get going, but no, he just continues round and puts him into the wall. Not good driving there at all, but we'll get a replay on that anyway. Okay, here's the replay of the incident that happened between Stacker and Footman then. So Stacker goes off, Footman hits him, then he spins him back round, and Asdar Blade has nowhere to go. Then as they get going here, you think Stacker would let Footman go because he's lapping him, but then no, comes across, puts him in the wall and spins him round. So as we come back from yet another incident, we've got TY in 8th place. We just have a little look at the gaps. 10 seconds to Neil behind, so decent gap. There's Neil there, he's going around the swimming pool. So again, every car's got a bit of damage on it, and even though damage is set to off, but yeah, every car with a bit of damage on. Can't avoid hitting some of the walls around here, especially when you've when it is sim racing. It's not like it's real life stuff. But again, we are only an amateur group, we're not professionals, but we do try his best. So Footman goes through then, and now he's got to try and pass Stacker again. So hopefully Stacker will make it a bit easier for him this time as they go into the braking zone for the chicane. Stacker goes round, and now hopefully he'll slow down here and let him go through. Oh no, he makes a mistake and Footman hits him again! Oh, Footman is having no luck with this traffic here. So, and now Stacker waits for him and lets him go. Footman will be furious with that, but still, it wasn't really Stacker's fault, that one, because Stacker just made a mistake. But again, Footman wrong place, wrong time. But at least Stacker this time lets him go and doesn't fight him for position. And away we go round Rascasse. So TSTY, let's have a little look. Keith is ahead of Bidzster now, so Keith is back into a decent place in his class. So well, I'm sure Bidzster are fighting for it, because every point counts, especially when he's fighting Footman for the actual championship overall, because they're stalemated each other at the minute. They're all getting pole positions, they're all getting fastest laps, and they're all winning. So yeah, so it's a pretty close championship at the minute. And if this continues the way it is in this race, if they finish in these positions, then it is going to be Footman leading the championship by about 6 points. So it's going to be pretty close. All it takes is one person to make one mistake, and Bidzster would have had his heart in his mouth at the start of this, because he had a really bad start. He ended up at the back of the grid after the first lap incidents, or the first couple of lap incidents, and then ended up at the back, and he's fought his way through. He's put his head down, he's done well. But again, hats off to Footman, because he's done really well in this one. He's done all he needed to do, out in front, doing what he needs to do, as we see a Ford GT in the background of Callum. Cut the chicane a little bit, but I think he did outbrake himself, so fair enough. And he's that far back anyway, I don't think a penalty is going to affect him. So as we go around here, so Footman doing very well in this one. He's really proven himself this season, even though he's in the what would be the slower category, the slower class. He's actually doing very well in this one. He's laps Bidzster in the, well, no, he's not in the slow, he's in the slower driver category, should we say, not the actual slower class, because he's in LPB1. Did he hit someone off there? He hit Keith, and then now Keith gets Bidzster right up behind him, but just a bit of contact there, but no harm done. As we go around Casino, so Footman now on his last lap of the race, down towards the lowest hairpins, and then there goes Arsenal Blade. He's going around the hairpin there, and then there goes Footman, followed by Keith, and then Bidzster, who's in the lead of GTE. So they'll all finish this lap as well. Goes around into the tunnel. Arsenal Blade just ahead of him. I wonder if Arsenal Blade's going to let him go through, so they don't have to do another lap. There's Growly Bear there. He's in second place. He'll have to go around and do another lap anyway. As we look at Stacker, he's back here in 5th place somewhere. There's the marshals standing around and watching proceedings. And then there goes Stacker through the tunnel. But here comes Footman. Arsenal Blade has let him go. I wondered if he would, just so he doesn't have to do another lap. As we now come towards the last couple of corners, Footman well controlled in this race, and it goes out of the last corner and takes victory here at Monaco. Well done to Footman as he hits the wall across the line in celebration. So Footman wins the race in his class and overall, and Bidzster around here somewhere. Oh, Bidzster's crashed. Keith's across the middle of the road, and Keith, oh no, Keith's retired. Keith's retired. For whatever reason, he's retired. He must have felt like he were in the way and he couldn't reset, but they were blocking the road a bit, but he didn't have to retire. But Bidzster comes through anyway to win GTE. Well done to Bidzster, and Stacker just gets ahead to 5th place as well. He was in 5th place anyway, so but Keith, very unlucky there. He retires from the race, so no points for him. Why he'd retire at that point of the race, I do not know, but he retires. Bidzster wins GTE, and then it's going to be Neil next in GTE, and Growly's going to finish second in GTE as well, and it's Arzadar, Blakeney and a few others. So while everyone else is finishing, because I don't think there's going to be many people that are close to each other here, as Arzadar Blake goes through now. Blakeney, I'm just going through the order, guys, just to make sure I've not missed anyone. So Bidzster goes through, Keith, Neil, he's coming up to the line as well, Callum and Stevie S. So it's going to be Growly and Neil, which are the last cars to cross the line, and they will announce that second place in class for Growly and second place in class for Neil as well. So well done to both of them. So we're going to pause the replay there before it stops on us. So we'll just get those results confirmed for you now, guys. Okay guys, here's the results from that then, and Footman wins the race. Well done to Footman, another victory for him. Growleybear in 2nd position, well done to him as well. Arzadar Blade in 3rd, Blakeney finishes in 4th, and Stacker finishes 5th in class for LMP. GTE winner is Bidzster, well done to Bidzster for that one. Neil Farmack in 7th place, and then unfortunately TY disconnected on the last lap, along with Stevie in that race as well, so unlucky for them. Callum 8th, and Keith a retirement in 9th. And then on to the points table. So it's Footman on 164 in the lead of the championship, then from Bidzster in 2nd on 158. Then it's quite a gap to Neil and Growleybear on 119 and 114 apiece. Then we've got Callum on 105. Teams championship wise, it's Bidzster and Stacker in the lead on 251. Then it's Stevie and Footman next on 222, and then 219 for Callum and Growleybear, so quite close there. So as we come back from then, Footman wins the LMP 1 and overall, and Bidzster wins the GTE class. But Footman is your overall race winner in that one, so well done to him, brilliant drive. And we'll see you guys next time at Nürburgring GP circuit for the 5th round of the LPB WEC Replica Championship. So see you then guys, take care.